numbers. These are going to be the two teams playing. Again, it is a best of 7, no longer best of 5s. And the first goal is going to go to the team with 3 instead of 2. STMC Gold do strike first. That goal coming off of the big snug right there, able to push it in. As we do play through these things, though, we're just kind of need to lay out the land right now. At the moment, throughout the season, we have had 3 conferences, Conferences A and B, 6 teams each. Conference C, 5 teams. And from these conferences, we have narrowed it down to 4 teams from each group. On conference final days, it's essentially a single elimination run-through for all of these teams. The first and fourth place, the second and third place are playing in the semifinals. Winners of each of those are playing in the final. But for the national final stage, which starts next week, it is a situation where the top 2 teams from each conference do qualify. So when I say the semifinal matchup is the important one, this is why. You win the semifinal, you guarantee that spot in the top 2. You guarantee playing next week and a chance to take away that big prize. Now the seeding, once we get there, is a little bit different. Conference A is going to be seeded a little bit better than Conferences B and C just because it is considered to be the stronger conference. And in theory, that Conference A final might be a grand final preview, and that's why we're going to be cutting to that final as opposed to the Conference B final, even though we're covering a Conference B semifinal. But this match still in and of itself is important. The Irish Warriors, though, they had a little bit of issue, unfortunately. It seems like one of their players just wasn't able to make it on time today, so they are opening the series in a 2v3, which in a best of 5 would it be a lot worse. But in a best of 7, they do have a little bit more time to play with, and from what we've seen so far in this game, it hasn't been the worst situation for them. Shots coming through, but not quite on target this time around. That said, STMC Gold, I mean, they are coming into this one a little bit of the underdogs, I believe, in this series. I think the Irish Warriors are the favorites. I'm not confident on that, though. I will have a look at the standings at the end of our first game so we get a better idea of who was seeded where. However, with the pressure in that 2v3 situation and already 2 goals scored against them, favoritism might not matter much. When you just have that extra member, sometimes that's all you need to give yourself some nice advantages. Goal scored underneath by Jurassic Pro right there. So really well done for the STMC Gold side. They're now going to be up 2-0 in our opening game. I do hope everyone is getting comfortable, though, and I do hope everyone is having a good time. As per usual in these solo casts, if people in the chat want to provide their insight, provide their feedback, their own commentary, happy to have chats with you all. This is supposed to be a bit of a communal event. We're all here to have a good time. I want to share that good time with you as we are looking for another goal. This time it will be cleared out by Bugs. Double commit by the defense, though, may have opened up a pathway to the goal, and it's one that Imageti will take advantage of. 3-0 lead now in favor of STMC Gold, and you can see that one coming from a mile away. The moment the team of 2 double commits into the corner, everywhere else on that pitch becomes wide open at that stage. So quite a simple capitalization coming from STMC Gold. Really well read by them to understand, hey, this goal is free. Let's go ahead and knock that one through. And the team with 3 now is 3 points up. Very, very strong start for the STMC Gold side, as they're going to look to continue to add to that lead. I do believe, though, our third member has joined for the Irish Warriors. So Wexy has arrived to the scene. Maybe 3 minutes too late for game number 1, but at least we do see the Irish Warriors finally at full strength. A nice late addition to the crew. It's one that they did desperately need, and now Wexy's going to find a shot. Jurassic Pro already back for that initial save. More attacks, though, coming from the Irish Warriors side, peppering that goal, but unable to push anything through just yet. As Bugs taps another one towards the box. Too many defenders in the way initially. Just continuing to try to find a way in. Eventually he will lead for Bugs. Another shot towards the goal. This time the big snug will be the one who will be able to clear it out into the corner. Having a raid through that box, now looking to follow it through. Wexy puts one up high. Big snug watching it sail away. Jurassic Pro actually goes for a double commit along with the big snug, but it is enough to hold on, and I want to see a goal scored here. I get my wish, and Zoxy will be able to put one through just before the final minute of play in our opening game. And the reason why I wanted to see that, because if ATC Irish Warriors were still going to be getting shut out with 3 members on the pitch, that could be a dangerous sign moving forward in this series. But finding that late goal tells me the Irish Warriors probably are going to be back in control. Should be looking strong from this point moving forward as we watch Bugs go ahead and clear it across that middle of the pitch. Kind of Stalking the ball underneath now. Will go for the shot. The angle was tight. Perhaps a little too tight for the goal this time around. And now STMC Gold might look to take it back that other way. Jurassic Pro. Not a lot of boost to work with and lets the ball get behind them. The big snug. Going for the slower play. Gets a dribble. Nice save on the goal line by Xphsl. Or to save that one from falling in. If we are going to see a comeback in game number 1, it will need to start now, and that midfield player may have put the dagger through it. STMC Gold should be walking away with the game 1 victory. Still a long series ahead, but that dunk right there from the big snug, very, very well done. 4-1 lead now. The 3-goal cushion is back, and STMC has secured themselves a great first step on their campaign to get to that national final. It's really hard to read too much into this first game, though, considering the fact that Irish Warriors were playing a majority of it, a member down. Really, we can only take what we learned from the final 2 minutes, which is, yeah, this game might be even, although Imageti will be able to get one last shot across that middle of the field. So when we thought 4-1 was going to be the final scoreline, we actually do get another cheeky goal at the end right there. 5-1. Probably going to be our final scoreline in our first game. Very dominant looking score. 2-1. Since we've seen both full teams as well. So even in that aspect, STMC looking like they had a very nice lead put together. Ball should hit the ground, and just about, no, not now. Bugs keeps it up. Eventually it does touch the ground. So STMC Gold get themselves that game 1 victory. Very, very happy with themselves, I feel like, able to take that first game. While we get ready, though, before going into our second game, let's just take a quick look at sort of those standings and how we kind of got here real quick. Conference A, you can see it was Chisholm Maroon, STMC Black at the top, but Conference B is where we were at. And Irish Warriors 8, number 1 seed. Irish Warriors 7, the number 2 seed, but directly tied with STMC Gold. And that is what makes this matchup so intriguing. There really isn't a favorite in it because they were that close together, so we'll be curious to see who's going to take this one out as we do go into the game, I believe, straight into our second one. Already some pressure being put on that backboard, looking for that opening goal. Not going to find it, the Irish Warriors. I feel like they are going to be looking to bounce back in the second game now that they have that full lineup, but the ball's in a dangerous spot. Shot taken, not straight. Well, they're fortunate the Irish Warriors kind of dodging a bullet there to be able to clear it back across, but they're struggling to find any real distance on it. Wixie from the corner with possession tries to find a teammate to dish it out to, winds up kind of throwing it around to themselves. Eventually Big Snug gets there, cuts off one attacker. Now 2 defenders, needed a good flick, couldn't quite get the height, but does have the teammate off the post. No, that's not going to be the go-ahead goal this time. Attack still for STMC Gold. They're still looking for it. Eventually we do get that clear. And I have to admit, a bit of a missed opportunity for STMC Gold. That net was open. Post shots, though, they can come back to hurt you. Let's see if the Irish Warriors will be able to bounce this one back. As we watch that play go towards the middle of the field for now. Bugs trying to get some attacking pressure. Shut down by the initial defender. Now pressure from behind. Double commit, though, from the defense. Needed a strong touch. That wasn't it. Wixie back pass back over to Xphsl. Doesn't really get a big drive off that one as well. The touches in this game, contact is being made, but they're not accurate touches. Ooh, that was almost left up in an unfortunate spot. And Getty will clear it across that middle of the field. Actually is able to stay with underneath it. Backboard pass. Shot is wide to the left again. A couple of these shots just not quite on target out of STMC. They would love to find that go-ahead goal, but we could be going the other way. Bugs not missing this one. 1-0 lead for the Irish Warriors as they get it through. Defense had a chance. That wasn't as if it was an impossible save for Jurassic Pro. A bit unfortunate that they weren't able to lock it down. So on that note, we sit at a 1-0 lead in favor of the Irish Warriors, looking to come back after that game 1 loss, now at full strength. Probably should be able to make more of an impact, one would have to assume. The big slung, though, is the one who gets that first powerful touch towards the blue side backboard. That could open the doorway for a strike. Ball in a dangerous spot. Jurassic Pro is there and gets the dunk and in. High ball game as STMC Gold responds with a goal themselves. Jurassic Pro just gets a slow-paced dunk, but a dunk nonetheless. Exactly what STMC Gold was looking for. Eyeing this right back up. Going up 2-0 in a best of 7 is always an interesting spot to be in. I mean, it's where you would very much like to be. I'm not saying that the comeback from that situation is impossible. It's difficult, yes. But that was just a great pass to the big snug to make it a 2-1 lead. STMC Gold connect on this one. Fantastic little play right there. Oh, that's exactly what we love to see. And with that goal, with that 2-1 lead right now, STMC Gold, they're starting to feel themselves, I feel like. They're starting to feel better and better about this series. Because every time Irish Warriors seem to respond with something, it does feel like it's always 1 or 2 quick goals in response. Wexy, I thought they had something there. Oh, no. That's such a dangerous touch. Oh, Big Snug does come through with the save. And there's no punishment for that. Where were the Irish Warriors? You cannot let those kind of touches go unpunished. A bit of a misstep initially. Irish Warriors still looking for the goal. The ball went over the defenders. But again, no one there to smack it home as Mgeti does create some space. Swing and a miss from the Big Snug, but Jurassic Pro will be able to push it past that midfield line. Touch from the Big Snug actually kind of works against the side of STMC. At least still Mgeti is able to get some space on it. Jurassic Pro trying to drive it straight down the middle. Bugs goes up, but the ball still winds up behind them. That could lead to a shot, but it's a swing and a miss from the Big Snug. 100 seconds left in game number 2. Still looking at a 1-goal lead for STMC, and it's a swing and a miss from the first defender, but not from the second. That causes 2 attackers to bite. Perhaps the counterattack openings here. Bugs going to get the height needed to beat out the defense, and we continue to go back the other direction. A goal could be the dagger in game number 2, and a 2-0 lead would be monumental with how closely these two teams are playing. Jurassic Pro running it through the corner right now, and Zoxy tries to find that next touch. Can't get it behind the Big Snug. Pinch, though, goes towards the net. Jurassic Pro pops it up. Someone needs to drive it straight, and yeah, it's coming from the orange side. Good little play from Jurassic Pro. It feels so difficult for the Irish Warriors to get anything, but that angle will hit its mark, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. Irish Warriors do even it up as we look 2-2. Watching Wixie again, able to get themselves underneath, put that ball right in the center of the net. We are ourselves a tie ball game. 2 apiece right now between these two sides. Really well done from the Irish Warriors to get back on the board. Now looking for that go-ahead play. Bugs just drives it right in front of the net. 45 seconds left in regulation. Next goal, more likely than not going to win this one. Bugs actually throws it to their own backboard and then loses possession. Immediately capitalized upon by STMC. Double commit for the goal. The net is open. The ball is there, but no one can put it through. Go-ahead attempt denied for the time being. STMC. Oh, they're going to be frustrated with that. They've had a couple opportunities this game to realistically put it away, but the ball has come off the post and not quite in. Wixie going to go ahead and clear it from one corner to the other. Ball backed out towards the box. No one there to bang it through just yet. As Mgeti goes for the slow dribble, will get dunked upon. Ball bouncing back towards their own backboard. Jurassic Pro can't make the read. Wixie does, and with 4 seconds remaining, Irish Warriors take the lead, tie up the series, give us a proper little match right now. Irish Warriors looking pretty good. Pretty good on that bounce back. Much needed goal, but do we see a 4-seconder to take us to overtime? STMC Gold, they're going for the fake kickoff. They value that possession even if they have to go the distance with it, and guess what? They create some space, but that's put too far in front of them. ATC Irish Warriors take themselves game number 2. They tie the series back up at 1 apiece. As we look ahead right now, best of 7 becomes, not to be cliche or anything, a best of 5, which we are all more accustomed to and all more used to. 5 shots to 6 between these two teams. Very evenly matched right now, so I do feel like, yeah, we are going to be getting a very close series between these two. Dare I say we're going the distance? I dare say it. That would be a special one. I think both these teams do realize what is at stake right here. Beautiful prizes donated by EPOS, one of our sponsors for this event. A big thank you to them. You have to make it to the top 2 overall, not just the top 2 in your conference. And, well, in order to do that, you got to make it out of your conference, and that's what this series is all about. Opening kickoff almost goes SDMC's way, but they're unable to find the goal. This time around, Jurassic Pro, with the attempt on the follow-up, actually opened it up for the big snug, who couldn't quite make contact with the ball. So many near misses coming from SDMC Gold. They get so close so many times, but they're just unable to put it through. Maybe, hopefully, they'll be able to get one soon. We do see that play through the corner right now. Underneath, shot taken, save, follow up, runs into a bit of traffic. Eventually, Wixie will push it out of the box, trying to stay with it. I love the pressure being applied by SCMC. They're not allowing the Irish Warriors to find that clear. They stay physical. They stay in their face, and now they get that ball into the net. Opening goal goes to the orange side. The big snug banging it through. As we catch that again, Jurassic Pro on the setup really deserves the credit there. Finds that gap on the backboard, and then the follow-up on point. 1-0 lead for SDMC Gold. Good little start for them. We kick off our second point. Still a lot of time in game number 3. Wixie puts up a bit of a meatball off of the challenge, and it's one out by SDMC yet again. Wixie doing a lot of work on that back half at the moment. It's another good shot from the big snug past 1, 2, and 3 defenders. 2-0 lead for SDMC Gold as the big snug finds another. Just had the right angle that they needed, and they get it through. So a very good start right now for this team. Kick off our third goal. See what they're going to be able to find here. Kickoff, double touch goal, Mgeti. Hello, how are you doing today, SDMC? I think they took that loss a little bit personally. Great double touch right there, spiking that one in. Guess what? It didn't hit the ground either. That gets a B- on my grade. It didn't quite hit the 100 km/h, and it wasn't the most important goal in the series, but it was clean. And when I say B-, trust me, that's a pass, and my class is hard to get through. Great lead right now for SDMC Gold. Irish Warriors, they need to bounce back. They need to find that response. They've been struggling a little bit in this third game, particularly on falling back on defense. So much pressure put on Wixie to make these saves, and I wouldn't mind if Wixie got a little bit of support at this stage. Here we go. Kick through the corner. Wixie underneath. Tries to have a read, but it's going to be Bugs who actually finds the pass instead over to, not one, but a double commit. Ball actually taken to the net. Not quite in said goal. Not this time at the very least. And Zoxy now puts one up back across the middle of the field. And actually might have a chance to dribble it past the defense. Gets it to the backboard. No follow-up, though. And when the follow-up comes, it's a little bit sloppy. No one quite there. Ball's again rolling around towards the box. Eventually will be played through the corner. And Getty from underneath tries to follow it through with the big snug. Eventually we do get it back to the blue side backboard. Halfway through this game, a 3-0 lead. SDMC showing no signs of letting anything be taken by the Irish Warriors, who at this stage, I believe, have only put 2 shots on target. And that just is not going to cut it. 2 shots on target at the halfway point against a team with 3 goals. It's a concerning sign for game number 3. SDMC just controlling that tempo, controlling that pace. Solid touches on the ball. They're no longer blindly banging it. It does feel like they're playing with a bit more purpose. Bugs, though, well, needed a bit more bang on that play right there. Might be able to find it with the second touch. Slowing it down, double commit. Wixie flicks it up and off the post. Defense able to recover by the time Nzoxy gets there. And it is still going to be a 3-0 lead for STMC. This school looking pretty strong. And I have to admit, even when we look at that last game, if we're sort of to take games 2 and 3 and ignore game number 1 due to the circumstance behind it, STMC is looking like that more consistent team. They even in that loss, I kind of felt like STMC probably had the opportunities to win that game. And remember, it just came from a failure to capitalize on some opportunities that they earned for themselves. Meanwhile, the Irish Warriors, they do get less opportunities, but when they do get them, they are more likely to capitalize on it. Wixie will get one through. Just under a minute 15 remaining. Very nice goal from Wixie, one that was needed. Center of the net once again. Now it's a 3-1 lead, so cutting into it, can the Irish Warriors make that late comeback? I mean, 2 goals in 1 minute, definitely not impossible, especially with swings and misses off of initial attacks. Triple commit by the defense, however, the big snug was a little bit too far forward. That could open the doorway, and Xphsl, oh, almost got Getty to bite on that, and had we seen the defender touch it, that probably was going to go very poorly for our team in orange. A chance not quite gifted this time to the Irish Warriors, who are running out of time. Will find themselves a game down yet again. Ball bouncing towards the box will be cleared out by Xphsl. Just going to be unable to chase this one up. Again, slow rolling towards the net, and Getty be able to clear it through. Pass back towards the net once more. Bit of bumpage. The ball get lobbed up in the air. Challenges for it. No one there able to collect straight away. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. Plugs popping it up to themselves, going for the dribble. Unable to find too much space as we see the big snug throw it down. Pass across the middle, and Xphsl will have that initial read. Eventually, they do create the space. 5 seconds to go. We're not seeing 2 more goals. Well, we might see one, though. Off of the defender, nearly into their own net. ATC Irish Warriors do allow the ball to hit the ground before the ball goes through, but the end result's still going to be the same. STMC Gold 3-0 up right now in that game. 3-1, I should say. It's not 3-0 up in the series. It's 2-1. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. And oh, look at that. Camera looks beautiful now. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, STMC Gold 2-1 up in the series. Best of 7, not a best of 5. So still not panic time yet for the Irish Warriors. However, they would be much happier if they do take this next game. Going down 3-1 in a best of 7, more often than not, can put you out of reach. So there's going to be a bit of pressure on this blue side, I feel, to bounce back in this game. We'll see if they're going to be able to do just that as we go right back on to the pitch. Players making their way on as well. Irish Warriors, pressure on. Pressure that they did not have, especially on attack in that last game. They really would like to get more impact on the attacking side of the field. STMC Gold, it's been solid midfield play. It's been solid defensive play, but that kickoff almost goes solidly against them. Very fortunate for STMC that it's not an opening kickoff for them, but he does eventually find it. 9 seconds in, and the Irish Warriors take the lead. That's a good shot. Top left in. Very nice. Very well played. So, 1-0 lead in favor. As we do see a play across the middle. Big snug. Gonna lob one up as, traffic across that middle of the field. And here comes one play towards that backboard, looking for the second touch. It's not quite in. Follow through. It's a lot of traffic and no one able to bang it through. As we do see Bugs Rocket League actually drive it towards that opposite corner where the big snug will collect, and Xphsl playing it out the corner as well. Wixie has a look but isn't able to punish on it just yet. Lob shot in the air. Here comes the touch. No, not quite available. More pressure through that corner. It's actually going to be Wixie underneath looking for a dribble, not able to find it. It's taken momentarily away. 1 minute into this game as Wixie trying to slow down the counterattack, can only do so much with it. 2 defenders will commit. Bugs is the one who finds contact. And now it's sloppy defense actually on the SCMC side. Everyone just kind of circling around the ball. No one able to make that read just yet. Eventually, ball does make it to that side wall. Wixie tries to force it off him, but only can go so far with it. Big snug. Clearing it back up that other direction off the backboard. It needed to be accurate, but the shot was not. Still attacking pressure coming from the STMC side. ATC Irish Warriors trying to fall back. They're keeping a lot of members off that backboard. A lot of space being given up, but they do know when to press forward. Very well played defensively coming from the Irish Warriors side, and they turn it into a counterattack. This ball has got to go through, but it doesn't. Great defensive effort from Getty in order to make the save right there. A bit of a shocking save. I thought for sure we were going to be looking at a 2-0 game. It's not enough, though, to make the save, though. You still need to see that equalizer come from STMC. And perhaps the Irish Warriors are going to find it here. Oh, that was very close to the 2-0 lead. Jurassic Pro goes for the pinch, doesn't quite get it, but doesn't matter because Getty is going to follow it through. Ball water falls down, an opening for Jurassic Pro. Fakes out the first defender, tries to fake out the second, gets the dunk and gets the goal. And we have a tie ball game at 1 apiece. Oh boy. That is a big goal right there. 1-all. As we still see 2.5 minutes on the clock, halfway through this game. I can't emphasize how must-win this game most likely is for the Irish Warriors in their chance to win this series. Winning 3 in a row would be such a tough ask, but forcing it to into that guaranteed Game 6 situation, very beneficial for them. I do feel like whichever way this series goes, it might be a 4-2. So even if STMC win this, I'm not suggesting that STMC are just going to 4-1 it. I do think the Irish Warriors will take at least one more game. However, it just gives them more games, more chances if they do find the win here. And that actually could lead to the opening. Oh, good backward touch from Getty. Got so much distance behind that, and here comes the follow through from the big snug. Tight spacing, not quite there. It was actually very loose spacing, and that's how come STMC wasn't able to follow it through. Irish Warriors got to it first. Ball in a very dangerous spot. Wixie backflips, doesn't make contact, and that is an opportunity possibly thrown away. Wixie was in that right spot. Instead, it goes the other direction. STMC Gold get a late lead, and all of a sudden, they are 1 game away. Oh my goodness. Well, I shouldn't say 1 game away yet. There's still 1.5 minutes. I might be jumping the gun. But with how low scoring this series has been, that goal just felt monumental considering everything around it, how it was secured, how it was played. Irish Warriors, they need to respond, and I feel like they need to respond quickly right here. Jurassic Pro, though, able just to bully Xphsl off of the play. Wixie now trying to create that space, gets the ball to the backboard, does not have that read, and Getty will be the one who pops it forward. Follow-up from Bugs actually turns into a backwards pass. Everything's going backwards right now. Pinch gets the defense off balance as well. Doesn't look like the attack was necessarily ready for it either. Good touch from Bugs. May have created some space. Ball towards the net. Saved once again by Getty, who comes up huge one more time. Wixie unable to stay with it this time around. Under a minute to go. Jurassic Pro unable to beat out Bugs, as that's going to be the big snug. Collecting, dribbling, losing out. Ball goes back across that middle of the field. Eventually it will lead to an opening off the backboard, a chance, but no strike to be had. This ball's going to fall back down. Bugs playing it across that middle. Getty from underneath tries to stay with it, but the ball's still up in the air. Someone needs that touch. It will be Xphsl, but it's not towards the net. And with Jurassic Pro waiting, the first touch is made. Second touch, swing and a miss from the defender. A chance for Xphsl. Goes for the dunk, can't find it. Here comes Wixie off the backboard. Bugs too far forward. Final 10 seconds. Goal required by the Irish Warriors. They're looking for their opening. They're looking for their chance, but it's going the other way yet again. There's the dagger for game number 4. STMC Gold will be taking a 3-1 lead. Oh, through the traffic, Jurassic Pro is able to get it in. That is going to be massive for them. 3-1 lead. 2 seconds left. We're just going to go ahead and tick-tock this one down and out. Match point. Qualifying point to getting to that knockout stage, that national final stage for Season 4. STMC Gold, they are literally 1 game away. The pressure, it is on for the Irish Warriors. Can they take 3 in a row? Or does STMC created enough of a cushion for themselves? We're not even going to wait that long. We are going to go straight back into the action. A lot of pressure right now. Irish Warriors going to try to fight back. I just feel like winning 3 in a row is going to be so difficult when you consider how little offensive pressure they've been able to consistently establish for themselves. It feels as if this entire series has been STMC's way. Let's see how we go. Kickoff. Ball up for grabs a bit. Getty will be the one who clears it across the middle. Nearly goes all the way. Double commit from the defense. Obviously, there was no attackers there. Still on the kickoff. People still kind of getting their bearings, collecting their boost. And already STMC almost finding that opening goal, but now it goes the other direction. An awkward touch across the middle of the field after a powerful strike from Xphsl. It's going to make it 1-0 as we watch this one again. I guess that counts as an own goal. The dunk attempt just falling short, and that's going to be 1-0 for the Irish Warriors. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you need that little bit of luck. Sometimes you need that break. Maybe the Irish Warriors can turn it into more points that are on the offense after that kickoff. Bugs may have found the waterfall, just not quite hit hard enough, so we don't get that immediate snap back down. Ball still in a dangerous spot, yet no one was there to try and punish it. We do see a good clear across the middle. Bugs waiting for it. Throws it right back, though, over to the attacking side now of STMC. 1 goal down. We haven't seen them shut out of a game yet, though, so it's hard to imagine that we won't see STMC at least find something before this game is done. We will see, though. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. Bugs crossing up the defense. Eventually, we see the clear across the middle. Wixie forced to let it sail. Now off that backboard, looking to connect to someone, to anyone. Ends up crossing the entire pitch up. Ball will be held up high. Bugs trying to throw it back. Oh, here comes a swing and a miss from the STMC side. It causes the defender to miss as well, so unforced error leads to unforced error. In case of the Whipples, only mildly contagious, and Wixie, you know, is immune this time around, able to clear it all the way through to the opposite end of the pitch. And 1 good touch. Bugs needs a touch, doesn't find it underneath though, and Xphsl does, and that gets past him. Getty, that's a good setup. A 2-goal lead would be massive, but they don't find it just yet. Irish Warriors still trying to play through that corner, still trying to create that space. Doesn't find the goal. Wixie's shot will be a bit wide. However, we're seeing more Irish Warrior pressure in this first 2 minutes than we saw in the past 2 games. This is the exact sort of turnaround we were hoping to see from the team in blue in order to get themselves back into this matchup. It doesn't convert to a goal this time around, and they will be forced back on defense. It's a slow push. Wixie sees the gap and drives it through. The moment STMC gets any pressure going, it does get shut down near immediately. 2:47 on the clock. Carl Killa will be the one trying to create that space. Carl Killa, actually, I think, is a sub who has come in. It's our last game, so we'll see how Carl Killa does fit in. The team does seem to be struggling a little bit more in terms of getting that consistent offensive pressure. Getty, though, across that middle of the pitch. We'll be looking for an opening. We'll be looking for the shot. Wixie keeps it held up high. Now has a bit of a breakaway. 2 defenders are able to fall back in time, and okay, that was interesting. I feel as if Wixie, the moment they got in front of the ball, had they looked for a bump, it could have opened the pathway for the goal. Instead, they tried to recover it themselves. A little bit of a ball-chasing play, and you wind up losing the attacking opportunity altogether. And now, that's a triple commit. Miss! No! Oh, Irish Warriors, what was that? You can't do that! Oh my goodness, they all bump into each other. It's chaos on the pitch. Ow, that's unfortunate for them. And STMC Gold, yeah, they're there to capitalize this time around. 1-1 ball game. Golden goal situation almost for STMC, because if they find it, they're going to that next stage, and that could be it. Carl Killa, the sub, who comes in, gets an amazing flick, a go-ahead goal with just under 2 minutes left to play. Wixie unable to find the read right there. STMC, it's going to be a long 2 minutes for them. If they can hold on, they are getting through. Here we go. Big snug. Doesn't get that drive that they want, but Getty possibly will. It's a touch, it's off the roof, and it's not straight, plus with Bugs underneath. Some space gets given, beats out Carl Killa. Now has a small opening, and Getty has to put it into the corner, has to slow it down. Follow-up is there from the big snug. Trying to center it up underneath, and Getty gets to the ball before Xphsl. Pushes it forward underneath big snug, loses the 50 to Bugs, who, with a bit more power, could have tied up this game. Follow-up shot should have gone in, but that defense able to rotate back in time. Fantastic save again. That time I believe it was by Carl Killa, who will drive it towards that middle of the field. And Xphsl isn't able to get that offensive pressure, re-establish him. Getty, oh, didn't like that initial launch. Now stuck in no man's land. Wixie will create a lot of space. Carl Killa tries to get to the corner. Shot taken by Bugs. A bit too difficult of an angle, and Carl is making that space, is pushing it out. Bugs reversing into it, but with no boost, can't do much with the ball. 2 swings, 2 misses, but that works out in favor of the team in orange. Big snug slow plays it, but again, no boost, doesn't matter, wins the 50. They have no resources. They're scared to get the resources, but STMC Gold making it work. 40 seconds remaining, trying to hold on to that lead, trying to punch a ticket to the conference final, to the national final. They need to hold on. Final 30 seconds. Irish Warriors playing for their life, looking for that equalizing goal. Ball across the middle, and Zoxy slows it down, but not one yet. Two defenders are there. Big Snug driving it all the way to the backboard. Won't find the double. All three members, though, have played in front of the middle of the field. SEMC, they're clumped together. This could be dangerous. Getty has to put the ball in a very risky spot. Double commit. No contact made. An opening. No! It's recovered in time. And with that dunk, Carl Killa may have just won the game. Opposite end of the pitch we go. Shot. He leads the ball to hit the ground. And STMC Gold advance to the Conference B Finals. It was tense. There was sloppy play at the very end right there. But the Irish Warriors, unable to capitalize, fall short. And thus, their campaign, unfortunately, will come to an end. Look, that series, don't let the 4-1 scoreline kind of fool you. It was a lot closer than expected. And in that regards, credit to STMC Gold for coming out on top in those tight situations. For the Irish Warriors, you might be asking, well, what could have been? Maybe if they had started with all three members. But at the end of the day, they had ample time to come back in that series. They just couldn't capitalize on finding opportunities, is the best way to put it. There was more opportunities forced by STMC Gold, and although they didn't hit all of them, they hit just enough to get that victory. And with that, well, that is going to do it for our first game in this series. We are going to be taking a break, but when we come back, it's going to be the Conference A Finals. Don't really know who's in it just yet. I'll let you know when I find out, and that's probably going to be after this break. So stay with us. More Rocket League when we return.
too high with nowhere to fall down to. Empathy around you. Instead of looking back, you heard it all before. Now losing what you didn't know you had. Fearing what you want is nearing, but you're really trying to get away from it.
me with it.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a good run thus far, but we still have one more conference final to play. It's Conference A, perhaps a preview for our regional final in the future. We are going to be seeing a very, very good showdown. It's on one end Chisholm Maroon, on the other end Forest Lake Lions. I actually believe we saw these two teams play just as recently as last week, if I'm not mistaken, where Chisholm Maroon came out on top. Well, going straight to the action, we'll see if they're going to be able to do so again. Or not. All right. Well, yeah, false alarm right there. That was, a little unexpected. Look, these players are just very eager to get to it, I suppose. And Totally. We'll be all right in just a few moments. As soon as we get that lobby remade, we will be able to go to it. Chisholm versus Forest Lakes. Look, Chisholm has looked to be the most dominant team so far in this entire league, not just necessarily Conference A. Not too surprising, though, considering the fact that Conference A is kind of been that premier conference. Just taking a quick look at the overall standings of Conference A to this stage. Yeah, that's right. 10-0. Have not dropped a game yet. And that score differential right there, 25 in their favor, that comes from games, I believe, not necessarily goals scored. So you can figure this out for yourself. That's 10 wins in best of 5, so 30 wins right there. Score differential 5. That means they've only lost essentially 5 games throughout this season. It has been a dominant run from Chisholm Maroon to get to this stage. It's hard not to pick them to take everything out. They've already qualified themselves for that regional final, as to Forest Lake, who actually got through here with a bit of an upset against STMC Black. We'll see if they're going to be able to keep that same momentum going. Marsh and Makos, they weren't even able to take a game off of Chisholm Maroon in the semifinals before, as it does look like players can go now. So hopefully they will jump onto the pitch and we can get underway. It does look like they actually are this time. Huzzah! We get ourselves a proper game. Finally, on the blue side, it will be Chisholm. On the orange side, it will be Forest Lakes, as we do kick this off. The Chisholm side consisting of Mountain, still without that dew. Maybe one day they will find it. Walker, as well as Lasso. Meanwhile, Lush, it's Alexa, and Dishonored AU will make up the Forest Lake side already. Demos coming out in favor of Chisholm, who, I don't want to be that Debbie Downer, but if you were asking me to make that prediction, it would be a Chisholm 4-0 in my eyes. I mean, the team just has looked so consistent, so strong. Granted, this is a match purely for seeding, one might say. However, for Chisholm right now, they are just trying to go an entire season undefeated, which would be an XP first, as Lasso is going to get the opening goal. It's a dunk across the middle of the field. 1-0 in favor of Chisholm Maroon. I mean, that was just kind of put up on a tee right there for Lasso, one could almost say. So a fantastic goal straight into it. It's Alexa. I see you in chat. You'll probably be focusing more on the game than on the stream itself. Not trying to downplay your achievements. I mean, 6-4, able to get there. Well done. But when you're up against Chisholm, you do need to bring your best. This team, your best. This team has been playing in the league for so long right now. So they've done so many great things as we do continue along. I mean, they've been that staple, it feels like. And if you go back to Season 2 of 2021, they were the champions then as well. They did come a little bit short in terms of signing up, but they're not going to be short on this goal right here. 2-0 in their favor. I might need a moment to regain my composure. You make one little misstep and all of a sudden all of production just starts ripping on you. They just start teasing and mocking, and it's all good fun here. It's all good fun. So it's nothing actually bad, and that is an important line that does need to be drawn. Obviously, when it comes into things, always understand your friends, and never cross that line. Never actually bully people. That is unfortunate. That is not what you want to do. I am losing the plot right now. 2-0 in favor of Chisholm Maroon. And that's going to be 2-1 with a good little pinch shot from Lush in order to punch it through. There you go. It's good to see Forest Lake get one on the board as we watch this again. Lush just got all of that angle, top crossbar and in. Forest Lakes, they're not going to go down without a fight. They do find one goal. Very high-scoring game, perhaps a lot faster pace than what we see in conference speed. That is to be expected. Good touch from underneath by Alexa. Walker, though. Oh, another dunk. This time it's from Walker, and I think that was even more powerful than the last. 145 kilometers an hour. Absolutely getting all of that. Oh, baby. So, one of the reasons why I always like seeing Chisholm Maroon on stream, not just because they are, you know, a Season 2 champ, and I believe they were Season 1 champ as well. They win a lot. But this is a team that, at the very, very beginning of this XP High School Rocket League, back in, I want to say 2019, actually, they were a middle-of-the-pack lower team. Like, yeah, they made some miracle runs, would qualify for top 8, but wouldn't make that many waves. Well, at least you wouldn't expect them to make that many waves. They actually would have great performances in the playoffs, but they would struggle to get there to begin with. But this is a team we have seen grow year after year, become stronger and stronger. And now they are the team on the precipice of being the first squad to go undefeated through an entire season and possibly into the playoffs as well. And when you see their gameplay, when you see how they improve, they have come so far. And have become one of the staples of this league. That's not to say Forest Lake hasn't been as well. It hasn't gone through a similar process. I just feel it's been a bit more dramatic from the Chisholm side. And this lineup in particular has been around a bit longer. Walker, I believe, is the newest member inside, but Mountain without the do. Mountain still without the do. Lasso has kind of bounced between the two teams, if I'm not mistaken. And one stage was on Chisholm Green, now on Chisholm Maroon. This team is so competent, so strong. It feels as if it would be almost upsetting if they weren't able to sort of close everything out. As we do see Lasso cleared across the middle of the pitch. And again, Forest Lake Lions Green, they're coming into this one probably as the second best team this season by just virtue of making it to this conference a final. And yet you can see by how they play Chisholm Maroon, they seem to be that little bit quicker, that little bit more consistent, that little bit of a cut above. It's why it's going to be such a tough ask for Forest Lake Lions Green, who might get that second chance next week in the regional finals should both teams actually qualify there. Again, it is Rocket League. Anything can happen. Do not get me wrong. But when you look at the overarching storyline and the overarching theme of this season, it really has been Chisholm Maroon's season to lose. Lush, though, doesn't like believing in those kinds of storylines. Tries to get a dribble off the post. Doesn't quite go in, and the defense is back in time to recover. Because here is the thing. Chisholm Maroon, they're good. They're not impossible to beat. This team does have its openings against them. Sometimes they might get a little bit too overeager. They might push a bit too far forward. And in turn, when they try to overcompensate for that, sometimes they've been a bit too passive at moments. They've never really shown a complete game in my eyes. They haven't been able to just completely lock an opponent out 100% of the time. And Forest Lake Lions, I mean, we saw from their one goal, they will have their moments. It's just whether or not the Lions are going to be able to capitalize on it. And when they do, I mean, I do see good signs for them. Lush has been one of the fastest improving players, at least in terms of grabbing my attention throughout the season. I do also rate Dishonored quite highly as well. So, I mean, these two players have that playmaking capabilities. It's just whether or not they're ever going to be able to find the space to make it happen. Lush in particular, I feel like does need that space in order to excel. And if given, we could see some great things. As it stands right now, though, our first 5 minutes have come to a close. Walker's just going to go ahead, put one more goal in for good measure, 4-1. What this possible series score might be when it's all said and done, similar to what we saw from that Conference B semifinal. Either way, Walker does get it through, and we're looking at a 4-1 victory for Chisholm Maroon. Very strong start for this team, and oh, look at that. They've even practiced their synchronized celebrations, and it's terrible. Hopefully by the end of the series, it might improve if they do get another chance for it. Look, Chisholm Maroon, they're going to be happy with that first win. First step towards that #1 seed in the entirety of the event, might I add, as we're going to go ahead and jump into game number 2. Getting ourselves lined up right here. Chisholm Maroon going to be very, very happy. Very, very dominant game number 1. Game number 2 will kick off. Walker going for a speed flip, didn't quite get it. So it was about both teams kind of getting there at the same time, but still Mountain without that dude gets the ball to the backward pass back the other way. Walker was able to fall back to make the save as they actually run into a bit of a challenge across the middle of the pitch. Walker staying with it. It's Alexa, has to backward pass it. Ball up for grabs. No one with boost wanting to commit. It actually would have had to be Walker again, who was sitting with full boost. Mountain still without the do, actually sitting with a lot of boosts as well. Pretty much everyone on the Chisholm side feeling confident enough to play a patient game right now. Walker will play along the corridor. Ball could fall down. We see the setup there. No one wanting to fight just yet. Very patient attack going from the Chisholm side. Perhaps almost a little too patient. I'm not too sure. They're playing that reserve right now. Good touch from Alexa. Doesn't go in. Follow-up touch, though, will. And for the first time in this series, it will be Forest Lakes with the game lead. Lush, second goal of the series, just able to take advantage of Mountain still without the do, making a very difficult read. So, 2-0 lead. Kind of where they want to be. Well, 1-0 lead, I should say. 2-0 goals. You know what? It's just a 1-0 lead. I don't know where I'm going with that. Again, we're waking up still. We're moving along. It's been a fun afternoon. It's been one. There's been afternoons happening. I don't know where I'm going with that one again as well. Look, still 4 minutes on the clock right now. Walker's going to try to drive it through the corner. Can't really get too much pressure after that initial flurry. It will go to Lasso, however, who gets it to the backward from underneath. Lasso looks for the second touch, but misses it along with Walker. A chance for Lush now to make it a 2-goal game. Couldn't quite corral that enough for the strike. Lasso will down it back into the corner. It's Alexa playing it forward, but no one there for the strike. Again, set up for Lush. Space shut down from the player who needs it. And that's going to open up. It's Alexa, touch towards the net. Walker, easy read. Actually trying to throw it straight down. Lasso going to hunt it. Unable to beat Lush to the play. Now Lush with a bit of boost to work with, but got a bit too eager. Lost possession. It's immediately jumped upon by the Chisholm Maroon side. Been a good long while since we've seen the shot actually come from the team in blue. Lasso's going to put one towards the net. I won't really call that a shot. It was more towards the corner at the end of the day. Walker, though, that will be a shot, and that will be in the back of the goal. Tie ball game as Walker bangs it through. Watching that again, yeah, absolutely. Walker getting all of that, finding the goal. One apiece right now. Oh, very, very good. Very nice. Very, very clean indeed. Happy goals for Walker, who's going to be looking for another one. All off that backboard. Will eventually be collected by Mountain, who is still without that do. Swing and a miss. Walker again puts up a bit of a lobber, but not able to find that goal just yet. Mountain another shot towards the net again. Every shot close, but nothing quite through. Walker with a chance. Maybe it is going to go through. And that's going to be the 2-1 lead. Walker very happy with that. What a pass, what a strike, and it's a very nice looking goal. 2-1 in favor of the Chisholm Maroon side. Here we go. Kickoff. Does see possession initially go to, it's Alexa down to Dishonored. Would have liked a bit more power behind that touch, I feel like. Instead, we're going back up that other way. Swing and a miss from Lasso. We do see a ball being set up. Dishonored wants that read, but Lasso is able to get underneath it first. Lush as well, keeping that pressure very up high. Mountain still without that two. Creates so much space through the second touch. We wanted to find a bit more there. Lasso a bit too high. Follow up from Walker, I think looks good. And it's now a 3-1 lead. This is kind of what we were expecting from Chisholm Maroon. They're so good at getting these driving shots. You can see every touch, the exact power that they need to find. Now, Lasso almost could have gotten a crazy redirect right there, and I think would have had it been required, but with the defense kind of stuck in no man's land, they didn't need to find that next touch, so there we go. 3-1 lead for the Chisholm Maroon side, looking to go 2-0 up in this series. They will play it to that opposite corner right there. Walker won't be able to find too much of a read underneath. Eventually, it does go to Mountain still without that do. Shot from Blossom does not find its mark. To be disrupted by Dishonored. Mountain around the corner. Bring it back up to Lasso. Walker from underneath has a look, has a peek, but isn't going to be able to find that strike ball. Makes its way through the corner. Instead, Dishonored forced to fall back, but can only go so far with it. Shot doesn't go in. It's off the post. It looked like the opening was there. Lush thought that demo would be the key. It was not. Instead, we go the other way. 4-1 now for Chisholm Maroon. That's probably going to be game 2 under lock and key. Chisholm Maroon, they are playing like a team that wants to be undefeated through the season, through the regionals. They want to go to the regionals, I should say, through the conference finals. They want to go to the regionals undefeated, uncontested, undisputed as that #1 favorite. Mountain still without the do. Mountain still without that read this time around. Walker's going to try to throw it back over to Lasso. Laying it off that sidewall. It's a shot. It's accurate. How does Walker get behind that? Somehow gets it off the post as well. An amazing save. And there is just nothing Forest Lake it seemed to do. It's Alexa this time. No, it's shut down again. This time it's Mountain who is able to get there. Oh no, Forest Lake. These shots have got to be demoralizing as Walker gets the 5th goal of the game. 5 goals from Walker in game 2 right now. Just absolutely putting on a clinic. It's what you are hoping to see, I feel, at times. Maybe it should be enough for Chisholm Maroon to hold on till the end. You'd have to think that's going to be the case. I mean, we'll see where we go from here. But Chisholm Maroon are just proving to be that special team right now. Forest Lake, they scored the opening goal in this game. That's what you need to remember. They actually might get one right here. Lush with the space, can't dribble it through. How many times will they be shut down on that goal line? I do not know. It's rough out there, I feel like. It's been a roughie for Forest Lakes in this game. Coming back, it's going to be a challenge. Walker looking for their 6th. Isn't going to find it, but it's all good in the Chisholm hood because they're going to be up 2-0 in this series. Ball hits the ground. Walker gets MVP for that one. 5 goals of the team's 5, and Lasso. Everyone else had the down perfectly, and you got to go launch yourself away. I mean, still, and it wasn't as if Forest Lakes weren't getting their shots in as well, but some of those saves from Mountain and from Walker, so last second. So cool to see. It's going to be so tough to bounce back from that kind of game. Chisholm, they show so few weaknesses at times. Maybe, just maybe, Forest Lakes will be able to steal one away. We will see. All right, back into the action. Just a gibberish moment. I think everyone deserves a gibberish moment every now and then. It's good for the body, good for the mind, good for the soul. Player across that middle of the field will be read by Forest Lakes, who are throwing all members forward, actually. That's going to be Mountain actually losing possession of the ball. A little bit surprising a chance, but Dishonored puts it a bit wide to the left. A bit unfortunate right there. Still 4:35 on the clock. Mountain still without that dude. Going to go for a reset. Ooh, doesn't quite find it. Does find the corner instead. You see that clear back across that middle. Walker looking to chase it down. Gets a nice little bump from underneath. Looking for that read. We'll eventually let it kind of go over to Lasso. Pinch goes the opposite direction. Walker has to play the backboard and does. See if Lush is going to be able to find themselves with a bit of space. Winds up only popping that ball up this time around from underneath. Mountain actually face palms and face plants. It's Alexa that's going to be the one who tries to follow through. Mountain still without the dude, though. Only gets the ball to the backboard. Isn't able to follow it too much after that. Lasso from underneath wins a nice challenge against Lush. Gets the ball to the corner. Dishonored doesn't get the clear that they need. Still, we've gone over a minute without a Chisholm Maroon goal. This is improvement for Forest Lake so far. They've slowed down that attack. Can they find a way to get a goal, though, for themselves? Mountain's been playing so far back so frequently in this game. It's going to be hard for them, I think, to break that last line of defense. And even when Mountain does play forward, Walker is there and Lush unable to find a way to get that one straight and in. Lush is that player who I feel is going to need to step up even more, which is hard because they're such a strong player. And Walker does it again. 6 goals in a row now for Walker in this series. Just an absolute striking machine. Dare I say Walker is making the NASCAR look good right now. And I know that sounds crazy. That's possibly even blasphemous sounding. But Walker just making it look so, so good. Lush, though, going that other way. Doesn't quite find that goal. We will be playing through that back corner. Mountain doesn't find the pinch. Lasso does find the dunk. Still 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Dishonored will be the one who pushes it back to that opposite end of the field from underneath. Walker flicks it up, but Lush is able to collect. And now going to try to take it back that other way. Just runs into too much traffic. Won't find the goal on this attempt. Shot comes from it to Lexa, but that's not going to be the goal. And Walker, Greenfield's ahead. 2-0 lead. That's Chisholm Maroon now. A very secure lead, one would have to think. 2-0 up for that team in blue. Walker, 7 goals in a row. This is turning into something special. This is turning into a special performance, I feel like, out of Walker. You want to make a name, you want to make a statement, a conference final performance where you yourself have scored 7 goals in a row, and that's kind of including both teams right now. That is taking something to that next level. Let's see what Dishonored's going to be able to bring. Mountain still without the do. Actually, it's the one who finds that clear. Lasso looking to break the streak. Shot on target. It is Lush who gets underneath and will clear it out. Follow up as a swing and a miss. Walker will play it off that wall. Has enough boost to get that next touch. It wanted to be a pass down, I feel like, but Lasso is playing spacing behind. Clear almost hits it. Mark follow up as well, though. Will go in. Forest Lakes do bring themselves back within 1. And game 3, not necessarily over yet. Alexa, nice touch. Get that in the goal. Don't want to write this team off, but you do need to be a bit mindful of the fact that Chisholm Maroon, they are tough to score against, and we haven't seen Forest Lake get 2 goals in 1 game yet. Both of their games, they have been able to find one, but they struggle in finding that second. Perhaps now could be that chance. Mountain swings and misses. Lasso and Walker, though, each commit forward. Ball's going to wind up towards the net, and Mountain will be the one who bashes it in. Once again, the 2-goal cushion is re-established, and Chisholm back in control of this series. Too many defenders committing a bit too early. There you have it, 3-1 lead for the Chisholm Maroon side. This campaign marching closer and closer to that net as we see Lasso cleared across that middle of the field. Eventually we see Lush looking to play that backboard. Doesn't quite have that read. Down still without the do. Tries to force some space, but can realistically only go so far with it. Lasso from underneath is going to pop one up as well as we watch Mountain still without the do. Play it through that corner underneath. Mountain tries to follow it up, but does get bumped away and off the play. Shot from Walker. Not even able to get close to the net this time around, but they'll get another attempt at it. This time actually going to use that to pass it to a teammate in Lasso, who isn't able to find that strike. Counter-attacking play from Lush. Given the space, you can make one move, but unable to find the second follow-up, shut down by Mountain. And that is another attack fizzled, unfortunately, for the Forest Lake side. Lasso's shot will go in. 4-1 lead for Chisholm Maroon, adding more and more goals to their count. I mean, I'm telling you all, this is a preview potentially for our grand final next week. This is what all the other teams have to beat. It's hard not to get excited about Chisholm Maroon's potential when you see it in action. I mean, they are just so consistent at finding these goals, at finding these strikes, and even when Forest Lakes get those opportunities, more often than not, it feels like Chisholm, they still have defenders back in place. That was awkward, though. Walker, a unusual, unforced error, and kudos to Forest Lakes. They're there to make it a 4-2 game. I mean, you watch that again. Walker just straight up missed the ball. Oh, man. Own team giving them a bit of grief right there. But, hey, you know what? Forest Lakes, credit where credit is due. They're able to capitalize on that situation, able to make it 4-2 right now. See if Forest Lakes is able to turn that into a late-game rally. Another shot's on target. Lush doesn't have that read off Walker. A bit unfortunate. They needed that goal to go in. 30 seconds to go. 2-goal differential. Dare I say this one could be done and dusted. Chisholm Maroon actually get in their own way. Dishonored had a chance, but winds up banging it straight into Lush. Unfortunate situation. And with that, we go to conference final point. Chisholm Maroon, 1 game away from a clean sweep in our conference finals. Ball will hit the ground in just a few moments. As soon as the players do allow it, I think that clear should be enough to put this one away. In fact, actually going to be a little bit of an own goal as Lush decides to bang it in. It matters not, though, that score differential. Oh, it was Lasso, sorry, that banks it in. Yep, you can see just smacking it right in. You got to have an own goal. It's mandatory. We haven't had an own goal yet on stream. Mandatory, we get it through now. Look, we are 1 game away from christening Chisholm Maroon as the Conference A champions, and they are doing so. I know that scoreline was 4-3, but it didn't really feel like a 4-3 game, even though they had equal shots on. Just something about the way how Chisholm Maroon plays, just the control that they have, the confidence that just exudes onto the pitch. They really feel like heavy favorites, as much as I hate to say it. And now as we do, I don't really hate to say it. That's as much as I would love to see a closer series, is a better way of putting it. You've got to respect game in this situation. Chisholm Maroon's bringing it. Now, Forest Lake, can they get the reverse sweep of the century? It's Alexa's already come through with one nice save. I mean, it could have been a disaster straight out of the gate, and it still might be for the Chisholm Maroon side. Walker able to find that first touch, gets the second as well. It is an awkward double commit. No one's there to recover. A chance to punish. Alexa puts one off the roof. That's really not what they wanted. So a slower start again for the Chisholm Maroon side. I mean, that last game was a bit slower for them as well. Only 4 goals. Yikes, right? Either way, first goal could come from Forest Lake, but that read was a bit too difficult. Now across the middle, Walker looks for the demo, runs disruption, and that's just enough to allow that ball to kind of sneak on through. As we see the replay again, Walker's touch right there was good, but this demo just opened up the pathway, and the ball, we have to infer, kind of rolled in. I mean, we can't really see what happened. It's funny how that works. 4:22 left on the clock, though. In our Conference A final, Lush gets bumped around and is going to throw it back that other way. Mountain still without the do, collects it across that middle of the pitch. It's Alexa from underneath. Does lose out on the challenge. 4:10 remaining. Lush laying it through the corner. Has Alexa. Are they going to go for the pass? They have to reset to find it, but it doesn't turn into a goal. Still 4 minutes remaining. Walker keeping it to Mountain, who tries to find that shot. Alexa shuts it down. As we go back across the middle. We're seeing calls for freestyling right now. Marshall also has joined the match. I'm not sure. Marshall, of course, another Chisholm player. I believe on the Chisholm Green team, which has come up a bit short, I believe, today, if I'm not mistaken. Chisholm Green wound up losing to ATC Irish Warriors before, as Mountain will play off that backboard. Dishonored, throwing it back towards that box. Mountain still without the do, clears it across that middle of the field. Let's see what Lush is going to be able to bring. I actually kind of want to see what Lush's freestyle game is like. I'm curious on this one, because I love freestyle. Do not get me wrong. Freestyle, I think, is one of the more underrated aspects of Rocket League. Lush gets an equalizing goal. We still got a bit of a match in this one. Lush able to connect on this pass as we see it again from underneath. Mountain just kind of lost in no man's land, not able to find that save. The dominant 4-0. Under pressure once again. Forest Lakes, you give them space, they'll find ways to punish. Pass back. Dishonored. Gets the touch, but not enough power. Walker can make the first save and nearly makes the second. Mountain is the one who will clear it out. And we'll clear it all the way to that middle of the field. Meatball up for grabs, and no one went for it. A little bit surprising, actually. No one going for that touch, as Walker now is going to be falling back. We'll get that play into the corner underneath. Lasso wins out a nice challenge. Actually wins another one. But ball was put in an awkward spot. Mountain won't be able to get there in time. It's Alexa throwing it up to Lasso, who gets demoed by Lush. Dishonor now with the shot off that backward follow-up for the double. No! It's off the wall. That could have been a massive go-ahead goal for Forest Lakes, who are starting to look a bit more confident in their own right. Unable to turn that one into a goal this time around, as Lasso will keep it away. Dishonored shot. Walker out of the goal, will make the save. Very, very close attempt. Counter attack. Gets all the way to the corner. Ball in front of the net. Defenders, 3 of them go up. Only one of them close to making contact with it, but it was a triple commit on the attack as well. Lush goes for the goal and takes a late lead for Forest Lakes. They've got just under 2 minutes to hold on. We watch this again. Very well positioned by Lush right there. Very, very well played. Hey, I wanted to see Lush's freestyle skills. We kind of got it right there. You think it's going to be a turtle, but it actually turns into something completely different. Very well done. Under 2 minutes, can Chisholm Maroon find that equalizer? Lasso swings, Lasso misses, Mountain Dew follows up. Sorry, Mountain still without the Dew. Very, very different. Have to get that right. I think we have a chance to see Forest Lake actually hold on to this one, because Chisholm Maroon they haven't been given space themselves to find goals. I mean, Forest Lakes, they've slowed the pace down, and they have a chance to make it 3-1 right here. Lush does make it 3-1, and the idea of the perfect sweep, I think, is going up in smokes right now. Forest Lakes with the slower play, doing so much work, and that last little touch by Lush, so devious, so strong. They're right back in this series. Forest Lakes, they're going to take, it looks like, game number 4. They're going to bring it back together, or are they? Lasso off the kickoff, reminding Forest Lakes perhaps who they are dealing with. 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. Chisholm Maroon cannot count them out. That ball put up off that top crossbar and in. Here we go. 1 minute 25. Forest Lakes. Survival is what is at stake right here. They need to hold on to this narrow lead. Ball through the corner. Walker a bit too far forward. Mountain still able to get there in time. Trying to cross up the defense. Does so. 2 defenders miss. But the shot was pushed a little bit too high as Lush gets it to that middle of the field, but gets demoed immediately after picking up that full boost. And you can tell that one was a little bit frustrating. Dishonored swings and misses. Lasso isn't able to find that next touch, but that's what Walker is there for. No boost to follow it up. Alexa going to put one in a dangerous spot. Lush now has to be careful. Backward pass. Alexa doesn't like the look, but no one from Chisholm there to punish straight away. Across the middle of the field, a bit of a pinball, a bit of a demo, a bit of a chance for Forest Lake to make it a 2-goal cushion. Ball waterfalls just outside of the net, and Mountain will be able to clear that space. Ball back across the middle. Alexa doing what they can to keep the ball in a dangerous spot. It's off the post and not in. Dishonored trying to follow it back up, but Walker eventually gets it to a more safe position. Double commit, though, has Chisholm a bit out of sorts. And as we hit our final 20 seconds, the ball still on that blue side of the field. Chisholm Maroon, I don't think they're winning this game. I think we've seen enough from Forest Lakes to take one back. We got ourselves a series, everybody, unless something crazy happens in our final 5 seconds. Mountain creates a bit of space. Doesn't get the dribble past Dishonored. That touch should do it. Pitching it towards the net, though. Walker gets underneath. Walker's going to try to stay underneath. It's Mountain Dew taken away. Boost secured, but no one's there. Ball hits the ground, and we go to a game 5. Here we go. Forest Lake. Can they make the reverse sweep happen? I mean, it's a tough ask. It is a very tough ask, but they played so much better. Slowing the pace down really did its job in helping give Lush that more space to work with, that more of an avenue to play with. I think it's a good sign moving forwards. Perhaps it is the sign moving forwards, as we're going to jump straight back into the action. Game number 5. Another opportunity for Chisholm Maroon to take this series. It's no longer that clean sweep. It's no longer a mark of perfection for the team in blue. And will that get into their head? Well, they lose that momentum. Will they lose that confidence? I don't think they will. Opening goal goes to Mountain, still without the do, and it takes just 3 seconds. I mean, yeah, you want to answer questions, that's how you do it. Mountain just straight up beats Lush to the kickoff and has the perfect read. I don't even think Forest Lakes know what just happened. And now they find themselves down a point already, 1-0 in favor of Chisholm. As off this kickoff, Walker going to try to stay with the play. Swing and a miss from underneath. It's Alexa. They'll put it back towards that side wall before following up themselves, looking for the second touch. Oh no, Mountain actually gets Walker off balance. Lasso is going to have to be the one who clears it through. Very awkward initially, yet Lasso was given a lot of space to clear it back up the other way. Banger of a touch by Dishonored was read by Mountain. Ball makes it to the backboard. Angled shot almost goes in. Walker follows it up but puts it high. Third touch as well from Lush, a little bit too high as well. So Walker again trying to squeak it into that goal, not able to get it this time around. And Alexa only has to beat one defender, but Mountain's touch with the overcommit from Forest Lake nearly turns into a goal. Lush forced to pinch it off an attacker in order to keep that one from going into the net in and of itself. It is a 1-0, make that a still 1-0 game. For a second there, that shot had a chance of going through. 3:55, a lot of time. Forest Lake, they haven't been shut out yet. I don't think they plan to now. They are on that hunt for the equalizing goal. Dishonored's going to put one up for someone, for anyone. Please, someone hit the ball. It's Walker from underneath. who will take it all the way back to the orange side of the pitch where all three defenders were waiting. And that shot almost goes in. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Shot being put on target, but no one able to find that goal just yet. Mountain still drinking, still living without that dew. Ball to the backboard. Lasso will kind of cross things up as well. Eventually Mountain thinks they have that read. They're going to keep it across that middle of the pitch. Follow through though. Opens a doorway for Alexa. Dishonored is the one who goes over the top. Dishonored is the one who swings and misses. Lush falling towards that back corner. Here comes Mountain. Actually clearing it all the way to that opposite end. Lasso will be able to put it across that middle of the field. Stays underneath with it. Playing it through that corner. A chance, an opening, and a goal. A 2-0 cushion now for Chisholm Maroon. Not even halfway through our 5th game yet. And it's a return to form, you can't help but feel like, from that Chisholm side. Oh, they are looking in control. Kickoff doesn't really go entirely in their favor. It's actually going to be Dishonored, who's looking for Lush, who had stayed cheated forward. Not quite there to redirect that. We do see a play back to the other side. Lasso from underneath isn't able to stick on Alexa, not this time around. Halfway through this game. Desperation time perhaps. Dishonored gets bumped away by Walker. Lasso is the one who collects it across that middle. As we see Mountain actually going for a pinch with Lasso, I'd have to assume. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that that wasn't a double commit. I'm going to assume that was a pinch attempt. Either way, it didn't really work out and turned into a double commit, and one that almost gets spawned Dishonored. Not able to find the spot. Let's go the other way. Let's make it a 3-0 lead. Chisholm Maroon gets it done. 2:05 still left on the clock, but with a 3-goal lead, Chisholm Maroon, it's near victory lap time. It's near time to send this team through to that final that they believe they so wholeheartedly deserved. Lush, keep that touch through the corner. Lasso from underneath, playing it off that side wall. Someone's got to be there. It's going to be Walker. Powerful strike across that middle. Lasso put another one up. It's Alexa already there for it, though, connecting on to Lush, who will go corner to corner with it. Ball read by Walker, and now Lasso clearing it back across that middle of the field. Dishonored wants to have a read, wants to have a play, wants to have anything, but it goes to Mountain instead. What a strike, Mountain! Get the man this due, because he absolutely cooks that shot right there. 123 kilometers per hour. 4-0 lead. Chisholm Maroon. I think they're going to take it. I think that probably was the dagger. Double fake! Oh, you love to see it. Well, that was a bit of silliness, and it actually nearly leads to a forced late goal. Eventually, we do see Dishonored getting it towards the net. Mountain is going to be the one who pushes it towards the middle of the field. Alexa, meatball, they have the boost to go up for it. They get the touch. Walker misses, and Alexa gets one back. We've seen a couple of these awkward misses out of Walker. This is going to be another one. Lasso as well, kind of in an odd spot with both of them. Just unable to find that goal. So back within 3. Feeling a little bit less secure now, though. That kickoff, Walker wanted it, but defenders are able to rotate back in time. As we keep tick-tocking down, 105 still remaining. Bump play happening. Mountain all out of sorts. Lasso from the box tries to create some space. Dishonored, though, able to get their first ball. Does not have time to waterfall down. Instead, we clear it back up the other way. Lush puts it up, tries to follow it up. Touch off that backboard. Lasso swings. Lasso misses. That's the strike from Alexa. Forest Lakes brings us back within 2. It's not over yet. They're rallying back. Awkward reads on defense. Mountain just doesn't find that touch. I know there's less than a minute. The Forest Lakes, they've come alive. We're seeing a bit more of a dynamic attack, and the kickoff may have just sealed it. Just when you thought there was hope, the sloppy Forest Lake kickoff strikes yet again. The cheat just whiffs completely, and Lasso will put it through. 5-2 lead. 46 seconds remaining. Let's see what happens. Another silly kickoff. This time it'll be Alexa putting it up high and, well, gets the double and in. Okay, Chisholm. Look. You're still playing in a conference final. I feel like sometimes it's better to treat it as such. Getting a bit too fancy is the way I'm going to want to put it for that kickoff right there. Not something that we necessarily need to see at this stage. Walker, though, is going to be presented with another goal-scoring opportunity. Not able to find it this time around. As we do see a touch backward from Lasso. Mountain still without the do. We'll have that read. 30 seconds left on the clock. Mountain stays underneath, puts a shot on target. Lush makes the save off that post. And now we might go the other way. Alexa, unable to make contact with it. Dishonored will try to play through that backboard. An opening, a chance, a shot. It's not in yet. Playing with their food. Chisholm Maroon almost do let one come back. But instead it does go the other way. 5 seconds and this game is over and done with. It got a little spicy at the end. Maybe a little bit too spicy than what I was hoping for. But the end result's still going to be the same. Chisholm Maroon take the victory. They win this one. 4-1 series, 5-3 final score. Chisholm Maroon going to be very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with how they performed throughout it all. We take a look at that final score line. 4-1 Chisholm Maroon. Very well done by them. They will be going through as that #1 seed. We'll be excited to see what they're going to be able to do from that spot if they can keep their undefeated streak moving forward. That's going to be the challenge for them. 2 4-1 series here in our best of fives. It's almost like as if we had 2 5-game series. That's exciting, right? Maybe things will get a little bit tenser as well as next week. That's right. We are going to be going to our regional finals. Like, that's going to be the big one. That's the one for the big prize. So graciously donated by EPOS, our prize sponsor for this event. Furthermore, a big thank you to our other sponsors as well. ZQ Racing, Computer Alliance, Intel, as Republic of Gamers, and Cooler Master as well. All of them without which we couldn't hold these events. It was a fun one today. It was an exciting one. And we only have one more day left. A big overall look at how our conference finals went down. STMC Gold, Irish Warriors 8, Chisholm Maroon 4, Slate Green, St. Peter's 1, and TC Blue are our teams. Look at that Conference C final, though. 7-game banger. My goodness. That could have been a bit of fun. We'll see how those two teams do compare when we do go at it yet again. Granted, all of that, well, that's all going to be determined next week. As for us here, though, at XP Esports, it is time to bid you all a fond adieu. That is goodbye in a language, I believe that is French. I have no idea. I'm quoting Sonic the Hedgehog when I say things like that. Don't even know why. We go Supersonic in Rocket League. You go Supersonic in Sonic the Hedgehog. There we go. That's how we tie it all together. I clearly need to go to sleep. So on that note, I'm saying goodbye and good night, everybody. Until next time, I will catch you all out there on the pitch. Have a great day.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thanks.
Welcome back, John. Same room?
You look even worse than the last time.
Hard finding the time to do anything for myself. With my job and kids, you know.
I sure do. We hear that a lot. Now, just relax.
Esports.